Hello, my name is Sandra Muller, and I am a shamanic practitioner. I also have the great privilege of being able to channel live, trans channel the Council of AR, a group of compassionate and loving, helping spirits that come to help us heal our soul, our hearts. And today we have the great pleasure of listening to a message that the Council of AR wants to give, particularly the helping spirit that will be speaking today is the great central sun. So here we go. Thank you for listening. Good morning to all. Good morning. The sun rays are shining today. So who is the central sun? What is the energy of the sun? What does it mean to you who are alive on planet Earth? So who is the sun? What is the spirit of the great central sun? And what do I provide for you? Of course, you know that I do provide livelihood, since without my gentle warmth on planet Earth, you would not be able to sustain life on planet Earth, not only for human beings, but for all who are extraordinarily living a beautiful life as an insect, as a plant, as a tree, as an animal, as a deer, and as all of you human beings. So the central sun has been called the Great Spirit. God, if you want, in your terms, because we want to explain you again what the essence of God is. The essence of God, which you like that word, is life force. That's all it is. Life force activated at this very moment in time, giving you life. That energy that is constant, that is making you move, breathe, feel, have emotions, be able to cry, be able to laugh, be able to think. All of it comes from life force. You see, the mechanism of the human body is an incredible machine that is allowing you to breathe and to have a connection with the universal life force, the universal creative intelligence and life force that you so like to call God. So we often say that you are God as well, since you are a living, breathing being filled with that life force. No matter if you are in a hospital bed, in your last moments of livelihood in this vessel, you still are filled with this life force. So hang on to that life force with all your strength, because no matter what your stories are, your dramas, your daily stories at this moment in time, no matter what they are, and they can be so many things, so many variations of experiences for a human being living on planet Earth at this very moment in time, you are alive. And so the experiences will vary from the morning to the evening and through the night. Through the night, you are experiencing great wisdom, and then you wake up and you forget. So this activation of wisdom during your night is very powerful for a human being, because it is giving you a whole other direction. It is giving you so much knowledge, so much activation of know-how that then you forget, so that you can be, in a way, blind throughout your day, having a new experiencing and realizing that you don't know, so that you can be taught through pain, through joy, through laughter, through friendship, through despair. You are constantly learning. You're taking in these different variations of emotions, because you are an emotional being living on planet Earth. Planet Earth is called the emotional planet. You do have feelings, you do have fear, you do have joy, and everything in between. You have from hate to love, from fear to joy, from gratitude to selfishness. You have all the variations available to you throughout your entire life. Your entire livelihood experience is filled with various experiences. So no day will be like the other. No matter if you are alone in an island, you will still have drama. That is part of your life. That is the way that you have been activated to come and experience life with its lessons. So you grow into this body from birth, you grow into a vessel, experiencing various things throughout your life. It is very different to be experiencing adolescence or be experiencing old age. So it unfolds. The drama unfolds from day one to the last day of your life. It unfolds in a particular way that was meant to be for you, specifically for you. So you are born aligned to various planets that will adhere to your personality, who you will become, how you will see your life, how you will view the world. Depends on your personality, on your complexity of soul personality. So that also comes to give you your own personality, your individual personality, who you are. If you have a twin, you will not have the same personality. You're born under the same stars, maybe a few minutes apart, but you will still be unique because you come with already the experiences of other times. And these other times are imprinted in your essence of who you are. So you come to continue the story from one incarnation to another, a death, a rebirth, a new incarnation. There is still the biography of your essence, of your soul's imprints, of who you have been, what you have learned, and what you have not been successful in learning. So you come to open up a new page of your book, your soul. Imagine it to be like an ancient book that has chapters, that has pages. So not only each incarnation you are in a new chapter for this soul, but every day you are crossing a new page. You are writing a new story. You're understanding something new, and you are successfully experiencing the completion of an experience, or you are unsuccessfully completing that experience. And then that will have to be repeated until you successfully complete it, until you understand the lesson, and until you're able to integrate the lesson fully. So, how do you integrate a hard lesson fully so you can, after all, move on to something gentler, to a new chapter in your life that could be gentler, more filled with joy? How do you do that? And what we're always saying is that in order to move to a more beautiful and easy time in your life, a new chapter with less difficulties, with less confusion, maybe with less depression also, and certainly with more clarity, so that you can fill up with crystal clear joy. Because crystal clear joy is the possibility, the potential of your existence. You should be able to live in that joy every single moment. But until you accept the fact that you are a living being placed on this beautiful paradise planet Earth in order to access all these different experiences that will complete your soul to just be. There's a moment in time, maybe some days you feel it already, where you are capable of just being in a space of joy, of simpleness, of contemplation. And big bravo if you're able to achieve that, even in small increments. We congratulate you. So let's go back a little bit. There are these lessons. There are these stories, these dramas that happen in your life. Traumas, you call them. Childhood traumas or adulthood traumas, something lived during your daily work life, can also be incredibly intense and difficult. So you have these imprints of hardship. You now realize that you are imprinted, you're stamped, your energy field has these sadnesses, these feelings of confusion. You're trying to understand how to be happy, but you're not really achieving it. So what we suggest that you do is very, very, very simple. You take a pen and a paper, or you take a canvas and a paintbrush, or you take a blank piece of music and you write or paint or sing your stories. So you acknowledge everything that has ever happened in your past. Anything that is still has energy of trauma, of sadness. So go back and start writing these little stories. They don't need to take very long. Just remember the day that this happened, on this day that happened, at work when whatever happened. So just start writing them, acknowledge them. Each one, make your list. It can be a small list of 20 things. It can be 200 things. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that you remember them and you start acknowledging them. By writing them down, it is a process of you acknowledging them. So this is what we call know thyself. You must go back and know thyself. Who you are is the integration of your biography, of who you have been, of what has happened to you. Okay, so now you have your list. It didn't take that much effort to go through it. You will start remembering more things daily and you can add them. Don't be afraid to go back in time. This is not therapy. Nobody's here to tell you what to do. Nobody's here to judge anything. It is a private exercise. It is only for you. You will eventually get rid of it, burn it. So do not worry. No one is going to judge you. No one is going to read this. But you must take out all these painful moments to the light. They must come out of these ancient drawers that you have stored. We call them skeletons in the closet sometimes. So now you have your list. It took a little effort, but not that much to conceive it. What do you do now with this list? Well, you take some time in the way that you prefer. It doesn't really matter, to acknowledge each one of these points, each one of these stories in your list. Acknowledge them by simply honoring them. That is the key, is to honor each part of your life that has been difficult. And the parts that have been joyous, you can, of course, honor them too, because they're part of who you are today. The list doesn't need to be all drama. The list, your list, is the imprint of your life. That's all. Is who you have been until today. What has happened to you? What have you done? What have you wished you would have done better or different? You can write all of that. And now you go and you honor each one. The good ones and the bad ones. The ones that feel terribly energetically filled with pain. Just honor them simply by saying, you are part of who I am today. So no escape. You are part of that person who committed something, maybe even a crime, or simple theft, or anything, or that was hurt by somebody else. That all of these pieces are your biography. So you must honor them. Because when you're looking at yourself in the mirror today, who you see is that continuation that brings the essence, the full biography of who you're seeing in that mirror. It is all of these pieces who you're seeing in the mirror. You come closer and closer in the mirror, you look at your eyes, and you acknowledge yourself as well, that you are all of this pain, all of this joy, all of these experiences, and that you are alive right now, today, And you simply acknowledge that. And you tell yourself, you look into your eyes, you tell yourself, wow, that's who I am. I don't need to fight my own essence. I don't need to fight myself anymore. I can rest. I can love each part of me that has made me who I am today. I can accept each part of me, even the parts of me that I am ashamed of, even the great parts of me that I am proud of. But the ones I am ashamed of hold tremendous energy in your field. And they are the ones that make you fight with others, that make you sad because you have simply not accepted them. You have not integrated them. You see, when there's intense energy of a memory of something that you have been trying to forget, that memory is still there in your subconscious, and anything will come and trigger it and create the pain again, and you will fight it again. So you will consume a lot of your energy by fighting it. Instead, once you have accepted that part of you, that you may call shadow work as well, once you have fully integrated each part of you, you will not fight it anymore, because the energy, the toxic energy, that's toxicity, the toxic energy of that memory imprinted in your field will disappear while you do this work. It will dissolve. That part of you will dissolve. So let's think of an example. You have been consumed with jealousy in the past. Other people always have it easier in your mind. Your life is harder. You're a victim. Anything like that is very intense. It creates a lot of toxicity even in your physical body. The energies of jealousy, of victimhood, are extremely intense for the physical body and for the energetic body. So once you are able to review all these shadow parts of you, the dark parts of you, then you bring them out to the light. And by doing so, you honor them. You accept that you are a jealous being. You accept that you are controlling with others. You accept that you are always trying to change people. You accept the fact that you always feel like a victim. You make peace. You understand? You make peace with all these aspects of yourself. And once you make peace with them, once you honor them, they don't have the power anymore to disturb you. Because you must understand a simple thing. You're living in planet Earth, the planet of duality, the planet of darkness and light, of duality, of war and of peace. You're part of it. You're not an immaculate being that has nothing to reflect on, no faults, no defects. You're not. You're like everybody else. To a certain degree, you're all the same. You have parts of you that you would like to hide from others, that you are better than you really are. But don't worry, because you're all the same. So by accepting all these shadow, dark parts of you, by accepting them, and we dare to say, even making love with them, accepting them so much, integrating them with you so much, they not only dissolve, but they are transformed into love. They are transformed. You see, everything has two sides. There is dark and light because you are in duality. So as much darkness as there is, the other side is pure light. So when you're able to do this work, then you create light in your field. You let go. you surrender, you let go, you shed, you break away from all this pain, you let go. You understand that the nature of being a human being is to learn and to experience variations of emotions. So you now let go. And when you let go and you understand that everything is the same and that everything is the opposite of what you believed it to be, that's a hard one. Everything, every concept that you have, every idea that you have been so patiently acquiring in your head, everything has the opposite side. When you judge someone, you're judging yourself, because you wouldn't be capable of seeing a defect on another person that you don't own that same default or defect. You're not capable of seeing bad in someone else unless you know something about that bad. Is it clear that when you're in judgment, it's because you have that part in you. You have it today, you have had it in the past, or you have had it in another time. So if you're judging a criminal, let's take this example to the maximum. If you're judging a criminal, it means in some way that you are the mirror of that criminal, that you have participated in something equally devastating as that person in the past or in another life or in another time. Because if you had already healed that part of you, you wouldn't be judging that criminal. You would be with a lot of compassion in your heart, feeling a lot of compassion for the despair that that soul must embark on in order to create something like that in their field, in order to participate to a crime. You would feel the compassion. You wouldn't be judging. And if you are a judge by profession, and you have that profession, that's okay too, because that is part of your life experience, that you wanted to be in that capacity to place order in society. So that is an experience like any other experience. One life you will be a judge, one life you will be a doctor, one life you will be a criminal, one life you will be anything. It doesn't matter. You will be an artist. And then the next time you have to choose something else, because the soul has to complete all these beautiful experiences available for a soul. So stop judging. You're wasting a lot of energy. Have compassion for a soul that is going through pain. Have compassion and surrender your brain to the fact that you understand that even if you are the most knowledgeable person, you have read all the books, you have studied everything, you still don't know how this all works. You still don't know how the universe really works. You still don't know how these incarnations work, do you? Do you really know everything about how magical it is out there when you become part, integrate the vessel of a newborn baby to have an experience of life? Do you know everything that happened in order for that baby to be born? No, you don't. You do not know everything how this universe works. You see, shamanic shamans, shamanic practitioners have the ability to see, because they dedicate a lot of their time and focus to learn how to see, how to acquire knowledge from the universal creative existence, from the universal creative intelligence, from the history of the universe. They go, they travel, they journey, they know how to do that. And they bring information back to this reality in order to help and maybe heal others. But even the greatest elder, the greatest shaman, does not know everything, would never be able to say, and certainly would never have the ego, being a real shaman, to say that he or she knows how this all works. So even the complete information is not available for the wisest souls, for the souls incarnated in bodies that maybe take their entire life to study, to know, to acquire real knowledge on what it is to be alive in a human body. This is miracles. This is mystical information, magic, the unseen knowledge. And why is it not available? For the simple reason that if all this knowledge was available to you, you would not have a pure heart to try to understand your life. There would be no point in you coming to a new incarnation, to a vessel in a newborn baby that will grow and hopefully have a long life. There would be no point in you doing so. There would be no point in planet Earth having beings live on this beautiful soul, this beautiful animation, this beautiful spirit of Gaia, of planet Earth. There would be no point. You see, everything has value. Everything works for each other. Everything complements each other. The creation of life is a complementary creation. Planet Earth has all this paradise to offer you, the most beautiful nature, the most incredibly delicious fruits to nurture you. Everything is complementary. You have these amazing hands and eyes and legs and feet that can take you everywhere. Everything is organized to perfection. Everything has been given to you so that you can walk this earth and have the experience of acquiring knowledge for your soul. That is what livelihood in a body is for. It is for acquiring knowledge for your soul, completion, know-how for your soul. It is that beautiful. It is the gift of all gifts. And the sun rays warm you up just enough. You see, the energy, the abundance of creation created the central sun to give you just enough warmth. And do not worry about climate change. The universe knows how to heal itself. Just be part of the solution and not part of the problem. That we do ask you. Every day, consciously be part of the solution in every action that you do. If you have choices on how to make a living, please make the choice that is the best for planet Earth. You will make a living anyways. There is unlimited abundance on planet Earth. When you allow yourself to heal all your pain, the flow will start happening. The abundance of life will be given back to you because you are creative minds. You always can access your creative mind. You can always access it. But in order to have that possibility of abundance, you need to be back in that flow, in that love, in that pure heart, in that unconditional love for every being. You need to be back there. And then, everything is taken care of for you. Look at your body. Are you doing anything in particular to have your heart beat right now? Are you doing anything for your blood to flow? Where do you think that is coming from? It is coming from that immense energy that is keeping you alive. Life force, God, universal creative intelligence, universal energy, source, energy, life. That's where it's coming from. It is willing to be there for you always. It is always there for you. It's just that you confuse it by having so many dark thoughts. You confuse that flow. All day long, if you could count how many dark thoughts you're having every day, you would be amazed. Every time you have a dark thought, every time you have a negative thought about something, write it down. as a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 105, 106. Count down your dark thoughts in one day, and that will show you where you're at. That's simple. That negativity, you're creating the difficulty. Oh no, I can't go there, it's too difficult. Oh no, I can't do that, that's too complicated. You are blocking everything yourself. The universe does not block things. The universe opens up everything. It gives you life force. It makes your blood flow. It makes you breathe even when you're sound asleep. So the universe is not blocking you. The universe is always giving you abundance. You are blocking everything by your fear and your negative thoughts. The fear of what? Do you have that much fear to love and to be loved? Why? Why do you think, and when did you pick up the thought that being loved by somebody else will bring you a disaster life? Where did you pick up that thought? When two human beings cherish and love each other, why block it? Why? Don't you understand that love is it? Love is it. Love everything. Love everyone. Love everything that you see all day long. Your life will change. That's simple. Create more love in your field. Follow the joy. Whoever brings you joy, follow that person. Follow that job. Whatever brings you joy, follow the joy. Like a little dog sniffing around. Where is the smell of the joy? Follow the love. There's more love. When you feel love for someone and you are able to open yourself to loving that person without concepts, without ideas, without ultimatums, without any story attached to it, just being present and loving that person, then more love will be accessed by you. Then it's like love is like a tunnel. When you allow yourself to feel love, then the tunnel opens up a little bit more, and then there's more, and then there's more, and there's unlimited love that you can feel. And then your heart is filled with joy, and then you block it. Then you block it because the fear, the concept that that's too much, something bad will happen. You know, that word, freak out. That is created by you. The universe does not create freak out. The universe does not put limitations. You put the limitations. Your head puts the limitation. Oh, that's too much. That's too much comfort for me. That's too much money. I have to block the money coming in. It's too much money. What am I going to do with it? Well, give it away. That's simple. That's too much love. What am I going to do with it? Well, give it away. Give it to more people. Open the door to somebody in the supermarket. Give a smile. Talk to somebody. Tell the person, oh, your dress is so lovely. Oh, you're handsome today. Give the love. Why do you have to block everything? You will be much more content the day that you are flowing like a little butterfly, giving your love away, because you have so much love in your heart. You have so much joy. You can give it all away. You know that more will come. So become the butterfly. Become that simplicity. Become that joyous person. More love, more abundance will be yours, and that we can promise you. So the central sun, there are prayers that you can do to the sun that will bring you joy. Simply acknowledge the central sun, the spirit of the sun. When you see it, when you remember, when you feel its warmth, just remember to acknowledge it, to thank it, to create a field of conscious acknowledgement and gratitude between you, your heart, to the central sun, to the sun that is giving you, even on a cloudy day, that sun is still shining. So it's still there. Give it, acknowledge it, give it some acknowledgement. Create that link like a thread from your heart to its field of energy, because that sun is giving you life. That's why it is often called the central sun. the God, Ra, the gifter of life, portrayed as God throughout many, many civilizations. Human beings who had acknowledged it, who knew that the sun is their link to being alive, to life force every day. So the central sun honors you back right now with life, with breath, with more joy than you can contain, with more love than you can contain. Try to open up to more love, to more joy today. And blessings to all, and thank you. This has been a wonderful moment to communicate with you hope and joy that you're capable, fully capable of squeezing the juice and having the most wonderful, wonderful, creative existence filled with crystal clear joy. Thank you.